everybody. Today I kind of want to go over Horsehaven's strategy and farm management. Sounds super interesting, doesn't it? Strategy is going to differ depending on what you are into. For me, this game is like Pokemon. I gotta collect them all. So I'm more interested in coins and diamonds. I can care less where my horse is placed on the steeplechases, so long as they can run a long race and grab lots of coins while they do it. That's all I care about. I don't care about the leaderboards. The only other races that I really care about are here. And that's because of these. And I have a particular horse that I use to run these. And I believe she's at an 80% now. 88%. 88% of the time, she gets first place. And that's the only race I care about. And she's right here. That's Lara. She's the horse that I use to do those races. Other than that, I don't care about where I'm at on the leaderboards and the other steeplechases. I know some people do. Some people take a look at the leaderboards. Here's the leaderboards for me. And as you can see, I am nowhere in sight. The only race steeplechase I might be high on is this one, because I run this one a lot, and I happen to be at the top there. But that's, like I said, that's only because that's the highest race you can get. So that's the one I normally run currently. But that's it. Let's see, who's the top horse? What horse did I use? I used Lara's brother, Philippe. So, and he's not quite 15, but he's close to it. And once he hits 15, I might run the other races with him too. But that's it. That's my strategy. Making coins, making diamonds. I use my diamonds strictly for breeding purposes. That's it. I don't pay for diamonds. I get them from the little cards that come by here. I get them from these quizzes. I get them from leveling up. I get them from any place I can get them from. And I save them up. And depending on the two horses that I plan on breeding, depends on how much I save up here before I actually breed. If you're breeding just two tier 1 horses and they're one of the low breeds like quarter horses or Appaloosas, 50 max, 50 diamonds, you can breed your two tier 1s and get a tier 2. And you use your diamonds to make your chances better. Because I only want to have to breed once. I don't want to have to breed multiple times trying to get the horse I want. Which is why that's the only reason why I use my diamonds. Very seldom do I use my diamonds for anything else. Currently, the only other thing I'm using diamonds on is here. And I'm probably not going to make it as much as I want to. We've got how many days left? 7 days left. And that's how much I have. And I currently have a horse in there. And if my diamonds get up enough and this drops enough, I'll go ahead and use it to skip and grab those and move on to the next one. I'm not going to give up. I don't have high hopes that I'm going to make it. I'll just keep chugging along with it until it flips over and there's 3 new horses up there. Or until I get it, one or the other. So depending on on what your goal is in game is going to depend on your strategy. Farm management. One of the biggest things is how to use your coins and how not to waste them. Here's a good thing. Let's check. We'll check out Jack Jack, since I made a video on him before. This is Jack Jack. Feeding a horse does two things. It increases their level here every time you feed him, and it increases their energy. It also gives you levels, but two main things are here and here. Do not, there's never a reason to feed a horse whose energy is full. These are coins. That is coins. And if I was to feed him now, I actually have his food working, but if I had it and I was to feed him now, all he would get is the level boost. He wouldn't get the coin boost, and I would have lost coins, basically. That's lost coins. And for me, on this particular horse, it's not just a little bit of coins. That is 2,000 to 3,000 coins I can lose by feeding him when his energy's full. And that's just him. Do not, under any circumstances, feed a horse whose energy is full. It is a waste of coins. You're wasting the coins that you took to grow the ingredients. You're wasting the time it took to create the final product. Just don't do it. Go run a race, drop his energy some, then feed him. I would recommend at least 10 points or more away from his total, because depending on what you feed him or feed them is going to depend on how much energy it gives them. So say like, since I have soybeans growing here, say the soybeans obviously aren't going to give him as much energy as that yellow bag of feed that he wants. So that yellow bag of feed, I'm going to want him at least 10 or more. The soybeans, maybe 5 or more. But do not feed a full horse. The second thing, let's go visit Laura here. Laura's a 15 and she's completely full. I do not feed her. There is only one reason to feed a level 15 horse. Can you guys guess what that is? Energy. Unless you absolutely need to run that horse for some reason. Like for Laura, it would be if my boxes are ready to claim and I need her to go get more. And if her energy wasn't full, by the time those boxes are done, then I feed her. But there's no reason to feed a level 15 horse otherwise. Their energy is going to slowly come up over time anyways. And not feeding, the game itself does not penalize you for not feeding a horse. The horse isn't going to die. So as much as everyone, or some people out there, might think I'm cruel, these are pixel ponies. There's no reason to feed a level 15 horse unless you absolutely need them to go do something and they do not have the energy to do it. That's the only reason I would feed them. It's just a waste of coin. Again, just a waste of coin. So think about what you're doing and where you're spending your coin and what you're actually planning on doing with that horse. Most of my level 15s are all in grand stables. The only reason these two aren't is because they're my only tier 3 15s, and I use them for everything. They are my top horses at the moment. I'm getting ready. As soon as Jack Jack hits 15, I'll breed his parents again and put my next tier 2 Chickadee pony there. And I'll raise her up to level 15, and then I'll breed her to Jack Jack and start my tier 3. So that's it. Just a little bit about strategy and farm maintenance. Oh, another thing. Something that makes it a little easier, you'll notice my honey's just sitting there. So are my apples. I don't need them right now. And if you look, my barn's pretty full. And I have a good stock of everything in here already. There's no reason for me to harvest it. Just let it sit there. And as soon as you do harvest it, set it back up again. It'll save you time. I've made the mistake a couple times of not replanting immediately after, and it's a pain in the butt. But I always have these things working. I'll have enough as soon as this one's finished. I'll have enough. I'll be able to have one working of each thing. I'll have the fruit mix here. This thing will be here. The sweet feed will be there. The grape and cherry feed will be there, and then my cherry feed will be here. And I'll have one working of each of them, and I'll just keep them working. As soon as one ends, just restart it again. That way you always have a nice stock. And you can keep track of what you have in stock, obviously. Oop, that's not what I wanted. You can keep track of what you have in stock. See, there's what I have in stock. I try and keep, like, as you can see, my carrots are 13, that's 25, 12. I try and keep at least 10 of everything. Now see, that's low, I need to do that. Soybeans is low, I need to do that. But I try and keep around 10 of everything. Because depending on the horse, they're gonna want anywhere from 11 to 5 or 6 of a particular item. Sometimes they only choose 1 or 2. If it's a high-end item, they might only want 1 or 2, at least for me currently. But I try and keep at least 10 of everything in stock in my barn so that I don't have to wait. And then I think that's it as far as farm management is concerned. That's about it. So if you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. Go ahead and click the subscribe button. And I'll link pictures to some of my other videos, like coin management. I specifically talk about coins and how to make coin as quickly as possible. And then I will also link Jack Jack's video where I bred Jack Jack because he was so cute. But anyways, so I will talk to you guys later, and happy racing.